My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Vault of the Void, or possibly welcome to Vault of the Void. You may recognize Vault of the Void from a series that had been run earlier on in the channel. If you don't, do not worry, that's completely fine. I'm going to be doing a little bit of soft tutorialization in this first episode to teach you the ins and outs as we get into it so you can see what I love so much about this game. Hey, that kind of sounds a little bit like I'm shilling, doesn't it? What I love so much about this game. But I have 150 hours in this game and had a daily series on this game before the current sponsorship, which leads me into talking about thank you to Spider Nest Games for sponsoring this series of Vault of the Void. It is giving us a great opportunity to dive back in, check out those updates. I'm infinitely keen. I don't know if I can give a more solid endorsement than then I played this for 150 hours on my own time just because I really enjoyed it before being sponsored for it. It's the ultimate situation. My God, if I've previously had things in the same bucket of, you know, a sponsored game that I would have played anyway. Like, you know, I was going to play Griftlands anyway. You know I was going to play Griftlands anyway. You know I was going to play Roguebook anyway. I already did play Vault of the Void, and now we get to play more. Oh, good Lord, am I keen. So what is one of the things that we should talk about since the last time? For those of you who were familiar at the time, or are not necessarily familiar, let's talk about one of the difficulty modifiers in this game, Impossible Plus. So you have your kind of standards, you've got your introduction, tutorial, normal, tutorial plus, hard, normal, impossible, hard, and then impossible plus. Impossible plus is kind of like an ascension system, but not exactly the ascension system as we tend to think of it in terms of things like the covenant system, ascension system, the difficulty modifier system or corruption system from the different games. If you happen to spot those, well done. Instead, it is a lot closer to more of a Hades style kind of heat system. Your instability is represented by the extra modifiers that you take on, things like Original Sin. The first level adds 3 void cards to your deck, then the second level adds 7, and then the final level adds 12. Knew I forgot something, you don't start with a random void stone, just turn that on and you get 3 instability for it. And you try and survive through the highest amount of instability you possibly can. There is also a guided mode which will automatically fill out the instability modifiers for you, just in case this is a little intimidating, or necessarily maybe you just don't know where to start and you want to have some selected for you. Guided mode will do that. There is also the daily mode over here, a random selection of instability 30 modifiers coming soon. And there are some rewards you can also get from completing instability mode things. However, it's been a moment, it's been a beat, there's been a second between the last time I played this game and now. So I'm going to jump in at hard. The enemies might be a little bit different, maybe the map layout's a little bit different. I know there are things in those general areas that are quite changed. So let's get our sea legs before we go back up to the old impossible plus situation. We have 3 classes here at the very start. The Hidden, cloaked in shadow unseen. The Hidden strikes without warning. Very rogue, as you may imagine. The Enlightened, with the ability to bend time, he strikes quickly, setting up kills well into the future. Monk. And then Daughter of the Void, born into darkness. The Void's corruption only makes her stronger. Some sort of like a fell tank kind of situation. Super cool scaling and a lot of drawability in Daughter of the Void as well. But the characters are then defined afterwards by their starting deck. So you can have the starting deck Blade or Bleed for the Hidden. I'm just going to go left to right. So we're going to go Bleed, and then next episode, Martial Enlightened, Corruption Daughter of the Void, cycle back, Hidden, Blade. So we can see the cards that we can have in the base deck here as well. 9 copies of Draw Blood, which deals 5 damage and applies 1 bleed. Bleed suffers damage per stack after the enemy turn, ticks down by 1 when triggered, ignores Fortitude, isn't affected by Rage. Makes sense. We've got block to reduce current threat. This is going to introduce the threat system. I'll talk about it as soon as we get into a fight because it's going to be easier to demonstrate in that situation. Then we've got some attacks that are swift as well over here. The For the Throat applying 5 bleed, and then from Shadow to apply 3 bleed and 8 block. We also start off with the starting spell Backstab. Has 3 turns on cooldown. Target creature suffers bleed. If they're planning an attack, they suffer more bleed, and they also get a weak. The starting artifact is Sneak Artist. This starting artifact is shared for both of the different hidden decks. Increase the count on this item for every empty tile you visit. The first creature you directly attack will suffer vulnerable X equal to the value of this. So, go to a bunch of empty tiles. First enemy you hit after them is going to be vulnerable. Just dunk on them after that point. And then the key mechanic for this class, combo. Certain cards and spells will allow you to build up combo. We don't see any of them in here as an example, but we do see one in the Blade deck. Quickness just gives you combo 1. And then the Swift cards consume that combo to trigger extra times. So the For the Throat is a Swift card we can see down here. And because of that, I know if I had a single combo, it would trigger 2 times. These kinds of things are going to become kind of second nature very, very quickly. If it's your first time experiencing them, do not worry. They become quite comfy and familiar quite quickly. All right, so here's a booster pack to get us started on our journey. 5 cards to get into our deck. We've got Mithril Blades over here. All hidden blades and Silent Shivs will trigger an extra time. It also expels, so it's removed from battle after playing. There's Exploit Vulnerability. Apply a vulnerable. Vulnerable increases the damage that enemies take by 50%, ticks down by 1 each turn. Applies bleed equal to the combined vulnerable, weak, and slow on the target. Ooh, interesting. Oh, I like that. Make him real debuffed and then just focus on exploiting it by turning him to bleed. Cool. There's Underhanded Tactics as well. Deal 1 damage. If the target is attacking, apply a weak. It's also worth noting this is a swift attack. Juggle, which gains a volatile hidden blade. A volatile hidden blade can't be purged, but it's destroyed when it's played, discarded, or at end of turn. So it's just here for this turn. Also, it's worth noting hidden blades are balanced, which means they benefit from combo without consuming it. Swift cards will occasionally have that. And then they are also inert, which means if they have a Void Stone in them, it'll only trigger once per turn. That's important because if a Swift card triggers multiple times a turn, you can get a lot of Void Stone triggers. And we may well do with something like Underhanded Tactics. Draw 2, discard 2. Makes sense. And then enough. Block 18, overcharge 1. If you have overcharge, you get an extra energy next turn. Max energy is increased by that per stack, and it ticks down by turn. I mean, look, it's straightforward. Straightforward. So, before you delve into the vault, you can add a mastered class card to your backpack. After a run where you reach the vault, you'll have the ability to master one of the base 10 cards. Once they're mastered, you can add it to their backpack at the start of the run. You're never able to take the same card 2 turns in a row, so this is why it's showing the Dueling Buckler. I cannot take that one here. The exception to the rule is the Healing Potion, which is always available. So what do I want to add into this deck? I could add a From Shadow, right? Just another decent block card with another little bit of bleed on it. There's also all Swift attack cards will also apply 1 bleed and something extra here. Not bad either. Bleed it out, trigger the target's bleed, so we can try and get that a little bit more. Heck, even Sustenance. Blocks for 4, applies bleed 2 to a random enemy and then rebounds, which means it comes back to your hand. Actually, yeah, I'm taking Sustenance. I think that's a really good choice there. Which is their guardians and signs their blessings. I'll face these evil apparitions on floor 3 vault. I am front-loading a lot of information to you right now. I am well aware, so I'm not necessarily going to explain all of these just yet. Let it be said, we'll run into them at the end. The remains of those who walked before you line these halls. So this is a starting bonus we can pick up. We could get 5 souls, a meta currency that we'll be using in some stores, an upgrade point to just upgrade a card, or we can lose 20% max HP to gain the Tea Leaves artifact, which means that praying for greed at shrines will give us another upgrade point. So we can get more upgrade points as well as more income by doing this. I'm doing that because I believe... Oh god, there's there as well. Rough. Map rewards to help plan your path. You can view all the card rewards by clicking the map rewards. Click and hold to dismiss. There we go. Cool. This is one of the things I really appreciate about this game. These are all of the battles upcoming and things like that, but I can see the cards that I would get after those battles, which gives me the ability to choose which battles I actually want to engage in. Because hell, maybe I don't even want any of the cards that are on offer. Ooh, clot, that's a new keyword. Reduces the target's bleed by X. Ah, so if it can reduce the target's bleed by X, it will also block 4. Interesting. Blade Storm to apply 3 bleed to all enemies. That's a pretty good one. All right, so we should plan out a route. I want to hit both of the shrines to try and get as much benefit from my tea leaves as possible. And then I also want to try and hit just as many spaces as I possibly can. There's a cursed item up there that it looks like I am going to have to ignore, but I do get to come down and get this treasure. All right, so we get Dueling Buckler. I'm just marking these out to show the route that I intend to take. A Tower Shield, 3 costs to block 30, but it expels from the deck after it does so, or Jab. That's a good draw. This also gives us an upgrade. You can see the little symbol there. It will give us an upgrade for having completed this fight. So honestly, I'd probably just take it for that reason, if nothing else. You'll see I'm kind of snaking around the floors here. And the reason I'm doing that is because if you snake around the floors, you can get it. You can be very, very efficient in how you can reap rewards from the area. Here's an instance, right? Like, if you go to a room, you turn over or turn down any of the rooms that you don't go to. So if I go here, I can no longer go to that room. It just grays out. However, I can go to this treasure room, and the only escape is to move up to this shrine, so it can't prevent me from moving. So you can just use moves like that to eke a little bit of extra value out. I think I'm going to figure out the rest of the floor a little bit later on. I think I'm just going to get started. We also do have a yellow Voidstone for block 4, which is actually really good. I am happy to put that on sustenance instantly. So socketing a Voidstone into a card just modifies the card by the effect written on the Voidstone. You earn Voidstones by dealing damage to creatures. Let's cut a parry out of the deck to maintain consistency in there. I should probably also cut a parry and put an enough in. And cut a draw to put a... Sorry, cut a draw to put a underhanded tactics in. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's get to it. The Forsaken. Those who wanted this domain for too long will inevitably become forsaken one way or the other. These desperate souls, have found this fate. It's a well-rounded fight, but I need to be wary of letting them buff their AP too many times. We can see the enemies before we go into the fight. We could even manage our spells. One of the very unique things about this game is you can manage your deck on the fly. You have a deck manager and a backpack, and then you have your active in-play deck. So outside of in the middle of a fight, you can modify your deck whenever you want. So you can pick up tools that you don't intend to use forever and just sub them in for a certain fight that you think they'll be particularly good for. Gives you a lot more planning. Yeah, let's do it. Perfect. So, we can immediately see on the map 3 enemies here. One of them is attacking us, inflicting 3 damage. However, this one on the left is giving +2 AP to all, which is attack power. Attack power? AP? It's probably attack power. I'm just assuming. And then the Throat Cutter will attack us for 5. That's why we say 5 threat next turn. However, you respond to incoming damage in this game rather than preventing it. You don't proactively prevent damage, you reactively prevent the damage. So I can go really aggressive this turn instead. And in fact, I will. I could even just kill if I wanted to up there. Don't think I will on that one, though. Let's murder you. You can also see a log over here, giving some more information. The battle progress bar, by the way, the enemies will just keep respawning in normal fights until you fill the battle progress bar to 100%. So sometimes you will wait a lot of time before you actually kill any enemies because you want to kill enough enemies to prevent the respawns from coming in. Right now, I'm just going to have another Enchantress come in. I'm totally fine with that as well. Let's backstab you and then bleed you as well. Beautiful. And that turn. From Shadow. So I only need to prevent 2 threat that I currently have. Otherwise, it'll be removed from my HP at the end of the turn. We can see my HP there being affected by it. Dark Acolyte was the respawn. So Throat Cutter is already going to die before their turn, and when they die, they're filling the battle progress bar to 100%. So I only have to worry about these 2 Dark Acolytes now. Here's something we need to talk about that I haven't mentioned yet. Energy. You use your energy to play your cards, obvious. Leftover energy will carry over to the next turn. You gain 3 energy at the start of round 1 and 2 energy at the start of every following round, but you can gain energy by purging your cards in your hand, by forcefully discarding them. They just go to the discard pile. They're not destroyed or anything like that, and they give you that resource back, but between turns, you also hold your cards, so you can do a lot of forethought and planning with tools like this. Don't need enough. Well, maybe I do need enough, actually. Yeah, we'll play that. Parry, draw blood on you for the kill. What with the bleed on it too? Just in case you're wondering about the anatomy of their card, that's their attack power, and then that's the amount of times that they will attack. Damage is 4. You're still taking no damage. One super cool thing about having reactive block as well is a lot of the time you can end up in a situation, actually, are we going to end up in that situation now? Yeah, we are, where you can kill an enemy as a way to defend yourself. And that is just like pulling yourself out of danger by killing the enemy and getting out of dodge fast, you know? Our rewards are below. You get extra essence for perfect fights, by the by. Souls, again, just a meta currency. Well, not a meta currency, a currency that we'll be using in a very specific way in these runs. We'll have a look at that later. I'm a little self-conscious about the amount that I'm front-loading, but you need... I can't not. I can't not, though, is the thing about me. Bloodthirst. Deal 7 damage. If the enemy has 2 bleed, I can gain an energy. Also, if I hold over control, I can actually see the upgrade to the card as well. 9 damage, and then it becomes clock 4 for 2 energy. I mean, energy gain cards are pretty damn good. Block 5, apply weak 1 to bleeding enemies. Upgrades to apply weak 2 to bleeding enemies. I do like these. I think maybe Bloodthirst's the one that I've got my eye on most, because I've got some pretty expensive cards in the deck right now. Let's take it. Go to the shrine. There are options here. However, the only option I care about right now is the Blessing of Greed. I could heal here. I could remove curses or affliction cards rather from the deck. But the Blessing of Greed, I gain 500 essence, 3 souls. Again, both currencies I'm going to be using over the course of a run, and an upgrade point, courtesy of the tea leaves we got prior. So we can use that to immediately upgrade one of these cards. Honestly, Sustenance is a pretty good target for it. Enough. Getting Overcharged 2. Honestly, that's pretty good too. But let's look in our backpack. Bloodthirst. Do I want to do it on Bloodthirst? I think I do want to do it on Bloodthirst. Yeah. Feeling pretty good about that one. So here's where I may want to reconsider my path, because this is a friendly gentleman selling void stones, but I really do want to go to the elite fights, because the elite fights will give us an artifact as well as an uncommon or rare card reward. Your next non-buff card this turn will trigger an additional time. Inert. I mean, that can be pretty good. We can use that to double play something giant like a, where are you? Like an Enough. It's cost effective if I use it for something like a From Shadow as well, even. But honestly, mainly going there would just be for the buff. Let's Class trainer down here, exchanging non-class cards for a random class card. Honestly, I can avoid that. I can avoid basically all of these on the bottom side pretty happily. It's just... I really want to go to this shrine, but currently it's really annoying to be on our path. So it's really annoying to put on our path because if we're starting here, going here is going to turn that square off, so I can't go there anymore. And then if I want to take this treasure, I have to immediately go to it, cutting both of these off instead. So I'm probably going to go down to 1,000 cuts here, which will turn that space off and that space off. And then I have to go up and across here. I can get 2 upgrade points if I go up and across, go to the soul collector, go to the maneuver, go to the unload, and then leave. So I get so many extra floors worth of value. Or if I go from this elite fight to the shrine, then I have to just go unload, maneuver, and leave, right? So I cut a lot of value out. This soul collector is going to be a huge increase of power for us. That's the area where we'll spend the souls. So I'm probably turning down a shrine here. Seems the most reasonable for us right now. At least to my mind. The Hounds of Hell is a balanced fight which requires us to apply damage quickly and avoid having our deck overrun with Banes. The trash cards the enemies will be inserting into them. Yeah, Forsaken Pup here is going to whimper, adding 3 Banes, but... yes, you can pat the... you can pat the dog in this game. Leader. When this enemy is destroyed, all others suffer weak 3. It's also worth noting, different enemies are worth a different amount of battle progress, so this enemy will just stop the fight if I kill it. The Cinderhound won't, and obviously the Forsaken Puppy won't. Well, just go all in then. Vulnerability does affect the bleed damage as well, by the by. I'm going to purge both of those to get up to 4 energy next turn. Your hand also draws back to 5 each turn. So because of the retaining cards, sometimes you just want to purge cards to get them out of your hand so that you can increase your cycle through the deck. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm just going to backstab you. That'll confirm that I basically never have to hit the Hell Mongrel in the middle again. 22 threat incoming next turn, so I'll probably hold enough in hand this turn. Ignite. This enemy will deal 3 damage whenever it is the target of an attack card, so I need to kill the Cinderhowl in basically a single turn if I really want to get away with anything here. 1, 2, 3 over on the Forsaken Pup. We got ourselves another Voidstone that is blocked. It's good to see. Hell Mongrel. Oh, they take the bleed after they do that. Oh, whoops. That's not the order I wanted that one to go in. Let's play enough. And then I'm going to purge 2 more of these to draw blood. And then from Shadow afterwards, getting my threat all the way back down to 0. The cooldown for your ability, by the way, is shared between fights. So I'm probably not going to use it to finish off enemies. At least commonly. Seems an unlikely maneuver on my part. Draw blood. Draw blood. See, we can stack up a bunch of threat if we're about to murder and run away. We get another upgrade point here. Sustenance is so good. One of the reasons Sustenance is so good, by the by, is because your rebounded version of it comes back to hand, and then you can purge that if you really want to. And then you basically just played it for free. 9 block, apply 3 bleed to a random enemy for free? Baby. It is really, really hard to overstate how tremendous the difference to how you play fights is when you can retain your energy per turn and retain every card per turn. Cards are suddenly energy and draw is energy, and resources are draw and energy all at the same time. And it's good. Underhanded Tactics upgrades to deal more damage, but also apply vulnerable. I do like that. Should I have a look in my backpack, see if there's anything in here that I want to get instead? Jab with more damage and keeps its draw. Yeah, I'm kind of focusing on being a bleed dude right now. Probably don't want to upgrade the Fourth Throats. I probably want to wait and focus on a bleed specific card. Sure, I'll upgrade Sustenance. I want to upgrade my defense before I know that I need to have upgraded my defense. Because as soon as I know that I needed to have upgraded my defense, that's too late to upgrade my defense. That means that I needed to have upgraded my defense a while ago. We don't really have any combo generation, so I don't want to put the Yellow Voidstone on any of my Swift cards. I could just put it on From Shadow. Basically, give From Shadow 12 block. Not bad. It's not a bad way to go about it. Empty space? No, dang. So the empty space at least charges up the Sneak Artist, but empty spaces can also be secrets. Dragon Whelpling, the creature can inflict burning and may attack multiple times with High Frenzy. And the card we get from this is the Furious Assault. It is a attack heavy card. Deals X damage equal to 6 plus 4 for each attack played this turn. This would be really good in a kind of Blades deck. We have a potion. We have a strength potion we could use, which would give us at the start of each turn 25% rage, 25% more damage. Don't need it. Let's go in. Dragon Whelpling is applying 6 burning this turn, as well as 2 vulnerable if I have a Bane in hand. I do not have a Bane in hand, so yay. 6 threat next turn. We can just play Sustenance then. Just need to get a bunch of bleed on the enemy. I do want this to actually weaken the enemy. The enemy is almost certainly going to attack next turn. I'll wait until then to backstab then. I think that's probably a better idea. Purge those 2. So I'm getting 2 energy next turn anyway, so this will get us back to full and a full hand of 5 cards, including the Sustenance, which I already know is the full block. Yep. Oh no, you're not attacking? Rude. Now my previous turn looks pretty abysmal. Burning is reduced by purging cards as well, by the by. So you're going to apply a Fear. Fear is after drawing, discard cards equal to your Fear value. Makes sense. She's got discard. I mean, I don't want to remove. Yeah, but I do want to do damage. Yeah, whatever. That'll be it. Let's Bloodthirst, get a bunch of energy back, use From Shadow, and then play Purge Parry, and then play a Sustenance. The rebound refreshes between turns as well, by the way, so I could just keep this in hand permanently if I wanted to. And I may want to. It's a good bail me out card. 18 block for 2 energy, or 9 and then 0 energy if I really wanted to. Oh, man. So versatile. Let's give him the Sustenance. Parry him a wee bit. Draw some blood. Go for the throat. Next turn, I've got 21 incoming threat that I have to worry about. I'm not so worried. I'm a little bit more worried now. Rude. They're actually going to get us. Huh. You rude dude. They're going to get 3 damage on us here. That's... so... I wanted just to... I guess I wasn't super likely to draw a block card after that. But still. One... just in with a whack. My perfect fight. Alright, let's go get Anemia. If it applies weak 2 to all bleeding enemies, I could see this. We also don't really have AoE. Ghostly Piranha, they get stronger when they're inflicted with debuffs or when their allies die. This can be rough for a bleeding deck. Ghostly Piranha attacks for 6 damage. They've got Without Number, which is the benefit that describes the previous thing that I'd mentioned. Gains a Frenzy the first time it suffers a debuff or when an enemy is killed. It's also worth noting, each of these will only remove 60%, so I want to kill 2 of them at the same time, ideally. I'll do that to you because you're not attacking this turn, so I don't have to worry about the excess frenzy I just put on you. So Ghostly Piranha on the left is dead, which means I need to commit to killing someone this turn. Oh god, I can't do it. I can't, can I? Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not going to be enough. I don't know where I thought this damage was coming from. Alright, let's Sustenance. Should probably Sustenance again. We should probably even leave enough in the hand for the next turn, too. Oof. Fine. You get more blood. Ugh! My bod! My bod! We've only got even more threatening coming next turn. Oh, dear. Gosh. Yeah, we're going to be taking some damage this turn as well. It's a bleed deck trying to do a no debuff situation for... Oh my god. Could y'all just chill? Could y'all just be chill for a moment? Gosh. Yeah, we're gonna take a couple whaps to this. Stop! Stop having me be dead! Remove that. Draw blood, draw blood. Parry, 9 more damage. It's okay, we'll live, I hope. Sustenance, sustenance. Oh my god. We may actually get there. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it and then some. So, ow. Number 1. Ow. Rude. Skeletal Mage. Anytime you lose health, the creature will increase its frenzy, can remove debuffs, but won't attack whilst doing so. This is really rough. Because again, it's going to be removing debuffs, which is my bleed on that enemy. I don't want to use my Crippling Potion here. Applies too weak, too vulnerable, too slow to all enemies, but I think I have to. 3 discarded items lay ahead of you. I forgot about this. You actually get your, you get your relic before the fight here. You can also choose to get Essence and Soul instead. Not going to be choosing that, though. At the start of each turn, gain block equal to the current battle round. No. Each time you purge a heavy card, overcharge 1. We haven't even taken any heavy cards. Eldritch Blessing, every 7th card played costs 1 less energy. Love it. Sounds good to me. So, we've seen vulnerable and we've seen weak. What is slow? Slow reduces frenzy. So it reduces how many times they can hit you, and it reduces by 1 per turn. It's a pretty damn impactful one if you can get it. It's as much bleed as I can get out there. Might end up encouraging the mage to try and purge this turn. In fact, I'd be surprised if it didn't try that. It didn't try that. Love it. I need it not to, because I need to be dealing damage. So the longer you spend without trying to purge here, the far better off we are. Confuse applies Confusion 1 to us, and then it will attack with Frenzy 1. And the Confusion increases all of our energy costs by 1. Nah, I'm fine with that. 3 threat next turn. I'm actually going to play the enough just to get Overcharge out there. Yeah. Why not? The enemy has still not managed to get a single point of frenzy because they're not actually dealing damage to me. They're just dealing it to my threat, and then I'm constantly clearing it. For sustenance, and then eat both of those. I want to get an underhanded tactic out there, get you another turn a week. Yeah, sure, why not? Enemy's dead at the end of this turn, and I already know that in hand I have the ability to full defend myself. The Eldritch Blessing will count between rounds, so I still do want to cast as many other cards as I can. Elite down. 90 extra essence for a perfect fight. You love to see it. So I still haven't put the yellow Voidstone on anything, and I now also have a purple Voidstone. Gains an overcharge. See, those are both really, really good things to have on something that gets multicast. Like Swift. I don't really have any reason to use Once More with yet. Once I get an AoE bleed, like the Bloodstorm that we intend on getting, Anemia becomes a lot easier to use. Removing Draw Blood for a jab is it's probably an upgrade right now. I don't think I'm gonna modify anything just yet. I'm trying not to just hold onto my Voidstones forever. That is something that I am definitely liable to do. I've done it many times before. Yeah, I'm trying to learn from those mistakes, but it's not worth putting that in a Swift card if I'm about to get no combo. Light of the Soulless. Light in the Dark should be a welcome sight. I don't think I've seen this fight. This enemy is immune while you have too many cards in hand, which it'll supplement with dazes, forcing you to play slowly. Immune. Immune to all damage and debuffs. Bleed, weak, slow, etc. Why do you have to be weak to immune to that? Well, you have 4 or more cards in hand, the enemy is immune. Oh, okay. Let's purge that. Purge that. No longer immune. Bleed, bleed, Bloodthirst? I don't know if I want the extra energy from Bloodthirst. I do want the damage from it, though. Yeah, sure, I guess. You don't purge bleed going back into immune. No, you don't. Okay, good. 14 damage this turn as well? Yikes. Just gotta purge cards from hands. All I really can do. Then inflict the enemy with bleed. Wish I'd used backstab last turn. Was it off cooldown? I thought I would have used it if it was off cooldown. Ow. The enemy's also got poison on us at the start of a turn. We suffer damage equal to the poison value. Ticks down by 1 at the start of our turn. End of our turn, sorry. Daze. Dazes are unplayable cards. They're added to the top of the deck. They are volatile, though, so they'll be destroyed at the end of the turn. Play 1 defend. Block another. Weaken you. Draw a card. Bleed you. Do I want a sustenance just for more bleed on the enemy? No. I'll save some energy here. Parry enough. Get some more blood drawn out there. I'll even use the sustenance and burn a parry, because with the 1 overcharge I have wearing off at the start of the next turn, I'm gonna go 3 energy up right now. And then 1 max energy down, going to 5 out of 5. Bingo. There's enough there again, eh? reason, this is just easier. The only problem is now I have to purge a draw blood in order to actually attack. Whatever, as long as I'm safe. Excuse me? They hit us with fear. After drawing, we must discard cards equal to the fear value. Oh wait, never mind. I've still got my sustenance. That's good enough. In fact, I discard cards at the start of my turn anyway for that reason, so I feel unaffected. There we go. That'll kill. And we leave ourselves on a good value for the old Eldritch Blessing over there. Thousand Cuts came into the deck. It has 9 bleed on it. Just upgrade it to get 13. Yeah. I do just want a card that just does a giant amount of bleed to a target. Let's sub that in. Probably for a draw blood, honestly. We also now have a red Void Stone for rage 25%. Stacks additively. Dark Idol. The Curse's Idol with the ability to grant artifacts for your devotion. You can get a rare artifact if I offer 3 voids. I'd have to try and find a way to remove these from the deck, and that would be going to idols, and I don't really want to do that much. I'm going to donate 250 and just get the small offering here. Each time you draw a Bane, draw 1. Cool. That's going to prevent some enemies from really hard countering me. Bruce. This creature is immune to vulnerable and can also occasionally heal from bleed. We can still overwhelm it with bleed, thankfully. Drinking alcohol. At the start of each turn, draw 2 extra cards. Gain 2 less energy at the start of your turn. However, remember, every card can just be burned for an energy. So that's just draw extra 2. That's a lot of options right there. Lower all debuffs suffered by 1 for each leftover energy at the end of the turn in Holy Effigy. Really good way to get yourself purged of those. And every 6 ability cards played gain rage 50%. And taking drinking alcohol 100%. Extremely. You are immune to vulnerable. That is okay. I don't intend to make you vulnerable. I can make you weak though. Purge a parry in order to play a Bloodlust, getting some extra energy back so I can continue bleeding. Maybe I should go more damage, less bleed in this one. How dare you make me make that consideration, Bruce? Bathe in Blood. Reduces bleed by 50% and heals equal to its bleed. Unended tactic. The target isn't attacking. So I don't really want to bleed the target a bunch this turn. This is what I'm getting from this. We'll send out the 1,000 Cuts next time. Thousand Cuts? Yeah. 16 incoming next turn, so that's easily just 2 plays of sustenance if I want it. I think it will be. Encircle applies 2 fear and 2 vulnerable. We would like to avoid that if at all possible. Ooh, enough is very close to playable. In fact, bloodthirsty enough. I think I'm bloodthirsty enough. And then we can even draw 2 blood. Beautiful. So probably wait on the backstab until the turn an enemy is attacking still. That weak's still worth its weight in gold. Quick strike, +1 frenzy, and then attack. Ice. That's a lot of incoming damage. We don't have to defend it all this turn, so we can easily drop those 2. There's your weaken. There's even more bleed on you, because I know you're not doing anything about it this turn. You're also probably going to be debuffing, or removing the debuff rather, next turn. So I think I can safely kind of overextend a little there. You're not removing it this... Okay, I'm totally fine with you not removing it this turn. So the threat here at the very start is our base threat, and then the damage that will be dealt if we don't defend against it because we're vulnerable. So we only have to defend against the base number. But if we don't defend, then the upper number is the one that happens. Savvy? So I can just use Sustenance for 9 block, and then Sustenance for another 9 block. Save. Now, it looks like Bruce is going to die at the end of that turn. I am going to have to defend here, though, if I'm going to get Bruce to die to bleed, specifically. Play enough. Purge these two and play parry. And get it. Because I would have taken the damage at the end of my own turn. Alright, this is a heavy attack. Aggressive attack. Deal 20 damage. Apply vulnerable 1 and recur. Return a chosen card from your discard to your hand. A random attack. So it wouldn't be chosen in that instance. Slick Strike. I like it. Infected. These creatures become stronger rapidly as the fight goes on. There's infection cards will feed their strength. So we want to end a few of them as quickly as we possibly can. Each of them only gives us 40% to our battle progress. So what we probably want to do is kill one of them to start with, and then kill 2 of them on the same turn later. If possible. So, for the throat. One is attacking this turn as well. Okay. Yeah, we'll over-target 1 this turn. And, heck, let's make it the middle one. And for the throat, getting the vulnerability out on you. Use draw blood thereafter, because it will actually have its damage amplified by that. You are already weakened. I can get you weakened for a second turn with this attack. Yeah, but I only have 8 threat coming in next turn, which is already only a single sustenance. That's easy. So just do the damage to whoever will take it. The infestation ability the enemies have is at the start of your turn, an infection card will be added to your discard. Whenever you draw an infection card, all enemies will gain an AP. So we really don't want to draw those. Although we are drawing through our deck very quickly because of the drinking alcohol. Oh no. Let's play a single sustenance first off. If I don't kill you this turn, maybe we... No, we can't get 3 of you down at the same time. We want to kill you this turn. 3 of them down on the same turn just isn't realistic. Maybe a bit more than we need there. Okay. 1,000 cuts for 13 bleed. Gotta tell you, it's a good one. Let's purge a draw blood as well. Use 1,000 cuts over here. Then a bloodthirst to get the energy back thereafter. And then use that excess energy just to put more blood back on him. I can't really decide. Do I want him to be bleeding or not? I think I'm fine with them bleeding. Yeah, I'm ultimately going to let him keep bleeding. Keep bleeding in love. Yeah, I do want to try and block for the 10 quite efficiently. There's that. I'm probably going to get rid of it. Do I get rid of enough? Yeah, I'll get rid of enough. I would still like to perfect this fight if I can. Get 6 extra damage on you right now. One more down. Okay, so I'm no longer going with what I what I previously scaffolded as my plan. Hey, you healed! Okay, fine. Fine, I'll try and go with my original plan then, game. Huh? You gonna make me do it? Huh? I just got rid of one of my only defensive cards in hand. Now I'm gonna have to get rid of my sustenance. So be it, but also oops. So be it, but also whoops-a-doopsie. Yankaroonies. Or throat. I just want to have that card back. It's my safety. These infections are starting to pile up. Oh, 22 incoming damage next turn. That's not good. That's the opposite of good. I am glad at least to have thinned down the enemy boards here. Your sustenance will actually be able to defend this turn. Probably. Control blood, purge for the throat. Place students. 2 times. God, this is so demanding. Purge that as well. Get a wee bit more blood out there. And I think I'm going to be here for 3 more turns. Getting weakened as well. 17 incoming damage next turn. So now we're looking for enough to be drawn this turn. The overcharging card. Oh my god. What is this luck? Streamer? On YouTube? It's apparently more likely than you might think. Yeah, well, I'm not going to be defending against that one at least. You got me on that one, game. We'll be able to parry part of it. I mean, bloodthirsting you is actually fine because you still die. Although you deal 17 damage this turn. Maybe I want to kill you outright. I think I might actually just want to kill them outright. Takes 2 more draw bloods to do. Gets them out of my hair for absolutely forever. I help the... This is why I wanted underhanded tactics in hand. I would have had some safety against this. 15 next turn. Let's draw blood. Purge those. I'll weaken you this turn as well, sure. Lower my requirements. This sad little combo counter here. Still haven't had the ability to interact with it. I'm trying, bud, I'm trying. Purge the enough. Use that. Draw blood already sets up lethal now. And then it's just sustenance, purge something, block, return. Got him! Whew. Bit of a long fight because we're relying on those bleeds right now. Slick strike. It's a pretty efficient card. And relying on our bleed has not been great in all fights. Maybe we do just want something that's just an efficient card as long as the enemy's bleeding. Possible. I like the idea of overcharge 3 on enough here. So putting the overcharge stone into it. Is there anything in the backpack that I like a lot more right now? No, because we still haven't gotten the AoE bleed. Yeah, I actually think that's probably a good idea for us. More stacks of overcharge. So now gives us overcharge 2, and then we gain another overcharge. This 1,000 cuts. We've also got a new Void Stone. Draw 1 card and discard 1 card. Pretty damn good one. Not really sure what I put it in just yet still. Maybe it's Bloodthirst. Although I could see myself using this to gain a bunch of energy and then blow an enemy up at some point. There's the Blade Storm. Finally. Finally! Fight tips: interweaves fortitude and AP gain with attacks, constantly escalating its threat whilst you wait for an opening. Okay. Haven't bought this one either. Gains fortitude equal to its AP and then attacks. Lesser plating ignores the first instance of damage or debuff applied each turn. Rude. And it also ignores the first instance. Oh, that's just showing that it's active at the moment. Got it. I want to keep you weak if possible then. So we'll draw blood first. Then weaken you. We're going to want underhanded tactics out there too. Actually, I made Bloodthirst and then just hard cast the hand. $12 incoming damage next turn. Pretty fine with that. So Fortitude is their temporary HP, right? Damage is suffered to Fortitude first, and it's removed at the start of the enemy's next turn. Oh, so, yeah, temporary, extremely temporary HP. The most temporary an HP can be. Let's purge all the defensive factors from this hand. Plain enough. Gonna have to do that 2 times to actually get a bleed out there, but no use playing a lot slower than that. So a single sustenance and a parry is already enough here. Oh, you don't have your thing up? All right, fine. You're getting 1,000 cuts. Bleed. Yes. Perfect. Drew enough again. Love it. Oh, now our overcharge feels like it's going to constantly stay available, which means we just get an extra energy every single turn. That's why I wanted to get as concentrated overcharge as I possibly could, because then the debuff doesn't wear off, or the buff doesn't wear off. I don't care how high my max HP, my max energy goes. I just want to have overcharge up constantly, so I'm getting extra energy every single turn, especially because I'm devoid of 2 extra energy because of the drinking alcohol. We are looking to draw blood. Energized attack. So you are attacking this turn as well, apparently. Let's weaken that. Of course. $15 incoming is a bad number, because this is 9 and then this is 5, so I have to use an excess hit. Don't really want to, but I really should. Guess I'll... do I use Sustenance or Parry? I'm gonna use Sustenance, because I've got 0 threat incoming next turn as well. Jump to draw, bleed that blood. We'll make them bleed their own blood. In fact, the enemy may already be dead. First instance of damage or debuff applied each turn. Bleed ignores Fortitude and isn't affected by Rage. It probably doesn't ignore Blessed Plating though, so I will attack. And then I also have good reasons to still just want to play a few cards for the sake of the Eldritch Blessing. There we go. Bye-bye. There's our upgrade point, which I actually probably immediately spend on that Blade Storm. Apply 5 bleed to all enemies. Great. Let's sub you into the deck. I mean, For the Throat suddenly looks pretty bad. This is still an attack and swift, so it is modified by different things to Blade Storm, which is an ability and doesn't have the swift keyword. Although swift abilities still don't multicast, it's just the swift attacks. Explained very consistently on the combo counter. Though, you know, without any combo counter, I may as well just get rid of that one. Soul Collector. And we do have 21! That should be enough. It is. Ooh, Living Blood. Sorry. The Soul Merchant towns the top of his jar. Some deal in gold, some deal in other forms of currency. So we have 3 choices up here. The Living Blood Common. Whenever you lose health, trigger all bleed. Not bad, not bad. Actually, probably a really good way to bail us out of a fight that's otherwise killing us. If the first card you play in your turn costs 0, draw 1 is the Silver Gauntlets. We don't have any 0-cost cards in this deck right now. And then Trusty Fishhook is here at the start of your turn. Add 2 volatile hidden blades to your hand. Just every turn. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh my god, it's very good. It's just extra damage that I can direct. I'll take it. The sisters will be increasing their frenzy each turn, and they are able to heal and remove debuffs. They require focused assaults to take down before they get out of control. We can do that. We can do that without a problem. Let's keep the enough for next turn. Killing any of these will deal 100% here. However, they gain 1 frenzy at the start of each turn. I thought they also got more powerful when I killed any of the sisters. Regardless, I'm going to have to focus one down as quickly as I possibly can. I choose you. Smallest damage to inflict the vulnerability on the enemy. Let's get some bleed, get the stuff back. Get the energy back, rather, so we can continue playing cards. Jab. Those two. Send out 2 more draw bloods. And a hidden blade finally that way. So that should be dead next turn. Actually, it might take a blade storm. Yeah. In fact, it will take anything. Just anything will do it. I want the extra energy from that, though. So I'm going to purge these 2. Lady enough. There's the blade storm as well. Purge underhanded and draw. Now everyone's bleeding. Volatile cards cannot be purged, though, so I'm not going to have the ability to play the 1,000 Cuts. Unfortunately. Do I still want to keep it in hand, or do I just... I probably just want extra energy for the next turn, considering how much I draw. Excuse me? The sister prayed to remove all debuffs before the bleed damage went through, so you're actually still alive. Oops. File that one away under oops for me, please. Oh my god. It also gets 2 health every single time I hit them, so it was constantly healing through all. Oh my god, that was not my best turn. No charge. Alright. Blade Storm takes him down. Finally, for the count. Forever. It's over. Do want to burn 2 more cards. Let's burn that. Use the jab for a draw. I don't want to burn that card. It's a good one. I just want to get rid of the rest of the burning. Why did I just stack a bunch of bleed? Oops. See, this is why I played on hard, right, Rusty? It's coming back just like riding a bike, though. Sustenance is easy there. Everyone's attacking for a bunch of damage now. Rude. I'm going to have to make them both weak, I think. Use underhanded tactics on you. Try and reduce the incoming damage to a reasonable degree, yeah, because it was 40 previously, and now it's just 35. 34, rather. We have to keep enough in hand for the next turn, definitely. Already got that a rebound. God, I would really, really like you to be dead. I actually don't even think I play those hidden blades. I want to leave myself with the extra trigger of the Eldritch Blessing later. Oh, it looks really, really, really rough when the threat is almost your entire HP bar. We'll be okay. Let's use Bloodthirst over there. Doesn't net the kill, though. Thought it would. Oops. That will. And then we can purge 2 draw bloods, play enough, purge 1,000 cuts, play sustenance 2 times over, realize that that damage actually would have been done even without my involvement, feel sad about it. Oh my god, you are also even almost dead to the hidden blades before you attack, but I can't actually do it. That's so... Oh no! Not my best fight! Good lord, my HP. There's no way I'm just going to be able to defend through all of these, right? What's left in the draw pile right now? From Shadow. It's dense block, but it's not cost-effective block, which is what we would need right now. Almost playable parry. I'll be taking 6 damage here. This turn I'm a bit more worried about, but we'll see. We'll see. 28. You can defend against 18 easily. That's not what the game's asking me to do right now, though. Well, I'm definitely seeing the end of this turn. I can't kill the enemy before the end of this turn. That's just not happening, right? So, before their turn, even. I'm just gonna have to settle to take another 10. Let the fight run too long. They got too much of their passive. I'm gonna need things that actually trigger the effect of the bleed to help with that a bit. God, just die. Just die. Just be dead. Maneuver upgrades. Where are you? To block 7 by base? Let's get the anemia for the 2 weak to all bleeding enemies, though. I mentioned that I wanted that prior. Feeling it a lot right now as well. Anemia being just straight up 12 block might just be a good choice. Yeah. Makes it a lot easier to play. Let's also cut a parry for a maneuver, because drawing cards is good, because it's energy. You're drawing cards and you're drawing energy. Treasure Goblin! The Cowardly Goblin will flee after a certain number of turns. The more we damage, the more we'll reward. Excuse me, the more we'll gain reward. Casting Fear for 5% Fortitude. I'll gain 5 essence for each point of damage the enemy suffers. Bleed is not a particularly fast archetype, as we've seen demonstrated many times over. So this is going to be rough stuff for us. We'll give it a fair old college try, though. Yeah, that bleed on turn 1's still probably going to be worth it. Cuts out there, a for the throat, even a draw blood, double hidden blade, purge 1, hit you. Oh no, maybe this ends up being enough damage. Yeah, you've got no, yeah, you'll... Wait, no, you flee before you die. Uh-oh. Never mind, we need to straighten up and fly right and deal even more damage even more quickly. That damage though. This is 3, sustenance is 3, so I sustenance, and then yeah, there we go. We managed. I mean, it's less slow when you don't have to defend. Most things are. Fight tips. This now has base damage that is low. Here's our pre-fight preparations here. Base low damage, but no ability to... but no limit to her gradually growing frenzy, while her children have the ability to explode and deal damage the more cards you play. I actually feel really, 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 really vulnerable here. Uh-oh. Let's give everyone vulnerability. Got 10 threat coming in next turn. I'm going to use anemia next turn. Already earmarked that. We can also see the loaded piglets. Defeating the Guardian will end the fight, killing all the minions. It has a short fuse, though. When that fuse reaches 0, it's currently 8. It'll decrease every time I play a card. It'll explode, inflicting 8 damage, and then there's 13 over here on its base count. Still 8 damage from it. First time this enemy suffers damage in turn, it will increase its frenzy by 1. I think that'll count if it suffers the damage on its turn still. So I think I still do want to focus it pretty intently. Thank you, Hidden Blades. It's good to see. Charge adds daze and then attacks. Hey, at least we'll draw an extra card because of the dazed. Gosh. Do I want enough out there instead? No, because the enemies are attacking this turn, and that's part of the damage that I'm taking, so I just weaken them instead. Yeah, that's fine. Take one copy of that. Ah, loaded piglets ready to explode, eh? Hey, hey. Okay, I don't play another card this turn then. I want it to explode at the start of a turn so that I have the ability to respond to it. Okay. You inflicted another 8 damage on me. That's fine. I purged the parry and then play another sustenance. We got him. Muck it up. Switch the discard and the deck. Oof. Rude. Let's give you as much bleed as we can get on you. Loaded piglet. Oops. Not really where I would have wanted to set those values. We'll wait to backstab Big Bertha until she's attacking. Yeah, we can see the bleed just triggered the frenzy as well, so it makes sense that it would as well. Let's just throw that so we get the damage incoming so I can use sustenance immediately. I'm actually going to throw enough away. It just doesn't... or rather, it feels like we need to be a lot faster than enough is. At a temporary exhaustion. The temporary exhaustion, if it's at the hand, in hand at the end of the turn, suffer a stun. A stun! Uh-oh. That's a problem. I would class that as a R-O-B-L-E capital M. You're attacking for 21. You're going to target that. We know that coming from the outset. You're already weakened this turn, so anemia doesn't really change too much. I don't know. Do I play that many more cards this turn? I could probably do the draw blood twice here. Could also probably not. So if I did it twice, then I would have to play sustenance again thereafter, killing the loaded pig. How am I really benefiting from that? Just play one. Burn the other. We actually may get out of this one safely. Hidden blade there. Confirming even more damage on me, but it's ultimately fine. Big Bertha is extremely about to die. Just very almost deceased. How many more can I play this turn? 2? 1. Bye-bye. Victory! We even did it in a perfect fight, so we got some extra essence on top, we got 5 souls, and a new spell, Bacon Ball. Here is the reward that we get as a result of having completed the floor, 25% max HP, and no, I'm going to go for the 2 upgrade points, and probably upgrade things that are going to make us more defensively viable. Maneuver, great upgrade. Oh my god, incredible upgrade. Slick Strike, I could. I'm still not thrilled about it. Gosh, I'm gonna need to plan the next floor around some killer cards or hit some stores, because this deck, it doesn't have them. It just doesn't have them yet. It can do okay, mind, but it doesn't scale very well, and it doesn't speed up very well, and those are the 2 things that it's gonna need to do quite quickly in the near future. From Shadows is not a bad upgrade. Yeah, let's go Maneuver and From Shadows. Okay. Then Gauche defends us and gives us a Volatile Hidden Blade. The upgraded version gives us 10 block and that Hidden Blade. Lick the Knife. Ooh, interesting. Combo 1, Clot 2, so you have to target someone with this. And it'll rebound. I mean, I do want combo, but is that how I want it? I don't know if that's how I want it. Hidden Blade is here. It's balanced inert. Upgrades to be rebound as well. I do want to get down to that treasure, but do I want that? So the only way to get both of these elites at the end would be to go from here and then cut that up across, even cutting myself off from the Soul Collector. That's a lot of value to miss out on in terms of the Soul Collector. I'm even missing out on the Shrine. Although, what we pick up instead... Oh, it already has a gem in it too! Hell yeah! Is the Smoke Bomb. At the start of each turn, gain 1 Volatile Hidden Blade. It is rigged, which means at the start of the battle, it is in your opening hand, or when reshuffled, it also goes on top of the deck. By the way, there's a little bit of a subtle brag here, but it goes to the top of your deck on reshuffle as, I believe, a response to a comment I made about it in one episode. I love abusing the absolute hell out of it. I love consistency. It's so good. Disheveled Salesman is selling artifacts for essence. We should hit that space. We have a lot of essence. We can get quite powerful there. Shield Bash, apply 2 vulnerable and block 10. That's one thing we're missing. We're missing more vulnerability after the initial fact. So basically, I am presented with 2 options. There's up and across, and then go up, down there, and then cut past this. Any of these cards on this floor... Actually, let's just look at the map rewards to see it. Block 4, Clot 2 will give you Overcharge. No. For the Throat. No. Blood for Blood. Deal 9 damage. If you've lost health this battle, trigger an extra time. Draw an extra card and discard an extra... Ooh. Okay. Our salvation is going to have to be in stores. Which... Oh, yikes. Does that mean I have to go to this merchant instead of the Thieves' Code down here? Actually, that's probably fine. If we cut that out, right, we can then path up and across like that. This could even be just a heal right before the near end. I'm feeling okay about this path. Yeah. I feel a maximum of about this path, because I don't see the card that's pulling it all together. What I really want is a card that triggers bleed. So we saw one at the very start, bleed it out, and then we didn't take it, and then we've not seen another one. Because that is how we're really going to get the damage going. Repeatedly triggering that effect, oh boy. Wicked Worshippers. Keep an eye on the effigy getting buffed up for a big hit, while it keeps you from targeting attacks on its supporting allies. Let's do. Void Effigy applies 1 Hex and 1 Haunted. The Hex is, instead of triggering, the next card you play will be sent to the discard not played, cleared at the end of your turn. And the Haunted is Voidstone powers won't trigger when haunted, ticks down by 1 every time you trigger what would otherwise have been a Voidstone. I can keep it from Shadow in hand because I've got 12 threat incoming for the next turn. We can also see the Void Effigy is the target that has actually got the battle progress on it. Taunt must be the target of attack cards. Okay, yeah, so we have to take you down first anyway. At the start of every turn against Taunt 2, reduces Taunt by 1 each time it's the target of attack card. So if I really wanted to slip damage past it, that's how I would do it. But I'm not really going to be able to do that much at all. Okay. We should probably get about it then. Keep some vulnerability. Blade Storm go off. Let's plot for the extra energy. I don't want to get rid of enough. It's so good. I have to. I can't just hold on to every card. A lot of cards are good. So the first card is not going to trigger. It'll be discarded. Good work. Very effective there. Anemia to weaken actually, anemia to weaken everyone is far better than the other option there for us. Pop that out. Apply Fear 2. Just going to apply more bleed to you over and over and over and over. This should still be able to activate on you. Yeah, that would get you even higher weaken. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I've got to use the backstab for something, and it's not going to be useful for the Symbol of Despair much longer. Stop, boys. Whack. Okay. I'm just going to discard 2 Hidden Blades. They're volatile. All works out for me. Let's double play parry and just get enough out there. Do I? Yeah, sure. There we go. We'll just get rid of you this turn. No! Raise the Void Effigy heals 10%. I didn't read it. No, and you're going to do it again. But you're doing it after the Void Effigy's turn, so it will be dead. Never mind, we're okay. It's all good. Maneuver is already enough to block by itself. Love to see it like that. And now that you're dead, you see, you freed me up. Beautiful. Good fight. Feels like it's coming to its assumed terminus here. As many cards as I can for the sake of the Eldritch Blessing. Nice. I'll be taking that. Secret room. Yeah! You notice a small crack in the side of the room. Peering inside the darkness, you notice a crack that leads to an open room. If I take that room, I'm gonna have to avoid these. That's hard. Oh, God. Do I want a smoke bomb every turn? It feels like a smoke bomb every turn doesn't actually save us from anything. I should definitely go to the secret room. It's just it cuts off that shrine, which means I'm going out this way now. So to turn all of those spaces off, and then suddenly this is more our path. And yeah, I can do the original path like this. Actually, I should do the original path like this. Actually, this doesn't end up changing anything because of that. Okay. So we're giving up the value of a shrine, an upgrade point, as well as a potion, as well as a treasure, as well as a lab master, just to go to the secret room. And it's going to be worth it like hell. 2 upgrade points, 191 essence. Blades Upon Blades is a swift attack that deals 8 damage and gains a volatile blade. There's a smoke bomb there if I wanted it. Swift Hand, though. This turn, all swift attacks trigger an additional time expel. I could actually utilize that. Other ones would be a bit hard. Upgrades to also draw 1. Neat. Take that upgrade. I mean, like, I could get Mithril Blades, having my Hidden Blades trigger a couple more times. It's just I still don't feel like I'm a Hidden Blades deck, you know? Eventually, like, maybe I am a Hidden Blades deck and I'm just being stubborn, and that's going to be a problem for us, but... Oh... I hope that's not the case. Definitely can't make my way back down there. Alright. Knight Assassin and Priest. They have high spike damage, with some creatures hitting high frenzy, whilst others hit high AP. Kill order is very important in here. So the Knight in the center has the 100% removal. The Assassin also does. The Priest... Oh, I thought the Priest didn't. Okay, no, the Priest does as well. How do I best kill y'all? I mean, if I don't spike damage quickly, it's got to be the Priest first, right? So you can get that one. Weaken you a little. 15 incoming next turn. That's already a lot still. So, bleed you, strike you, and again, throw that one too. And get rid of the maneuver. One more draw blood. Purge one final card as well. So I should be able to kill the Priest quite easily this turn. Don't want to get rid of Sustenance, but I can get rid of the parry and from Shadow. Play enough. You are now already dead. Omawamo Shinderu. Get the Assassin off to the left started. That's where I'm probably going to want to go next. Decrease the incoming poison. So we got 23 threat next turn. I'm going to have 4 energy at the start of that turn. 4? Sorry, no, I'll have 3. Wait, hang on. Oh, right, of course. Sorry, drinking alcohol is 2 less energy at the start of your turn, and we would be earning 2 energy per turn right now. So the overcharge is what's giving us 1 energy. You are alive! Keep forgetting that they get that. We'll get him. We'll get him. We got him. That out. You are getting +2 frenzy, then attacking, and then getting -1 frenzy. I really wish that I could give you the backstab. It'd be so good. $24 incoming damage for us. Anemia is a good hit. So is enough. But is anemia going to be enough? No, they're 2 different cards. Let's give them all that wick. Actually, Shadow might be the way we want to go with that after. From Shadow there, rather. From Shadow, drop a Blade Storm on him. Oh, you've got Taunt now. You are attacking as well, so sure, get weakened for longer, get some more bleed. You're gonna have to spend 20 this turn. We have a lot of options. That is our real big benefit, is we always have so damn many cards. Oh dear. It's not saving us from all of the damage this turn, though. Yeah, that draw blood isn't even going to be enough to get us there. 31 threat next turn. I'm just going to need to get some extra energy for next turn. It's the only way. Because I'm going to have to play a hell of a lot of defensive cards right now. Sustenance. Definitely one of them. And then definitely a second one of them after that fact. Bloodthirst over there, and then just kill you with the Hidden Blade. Yikes. Parry one more time, and then any bleed is good. I'm okay taking 13 damage in this fight. And that will be all the damage we take. This enemy cannot do anything to us past this point. I don't believe in them. Actually, should I just try and let... No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't try and let it run out 2 more turns there. 1, 2, 3. Play. Perch. Hit. And... let's simplify this on ourselves just a little bit. Hidden Blade. Sold. Disheveled Salesman. Show me your stock! The cloaked figure rather approaches. A musty spell of decaying flesh permeates the air around him. There's Lucky Shiv, which is anytime you play a slash or a draw blood, you add a volatile hidden blade to your hand. Honestly, we play a lot of them still. Hemorrhage Shrooms. At the start of your turn, apply 2 bleed to a random enemy. Not bad to just have bleed on them. An Execution Order. When an enemy is brought below 50% HP, apply 3 weak and 3 vulnerable to them. We'll take 1 of each. Cursed item, Forgotten Fuse. At the end of every 4th turn, deal damage to all enemies equal to the number of cards in your expel pile. That's a lot. Because we're putting we're putting our volatile hidden blades there. So now we have 3 void cards in the deck, and we're gonna want to go to the shrine to try and remove some of them at the absolute least. We should also go back to managing the deck. We're not getting any combo at this point. We should start just putting these on things. So this is our base deck as it currently stands. Look, I like getting 1,000 cuts out as often as possible. Let's get you rigged. I don't think I had anything else I was going to rig. Swift Hand, I didn't even put in the deck. Let's purge a parry for it. Okay. I do want Draw Bloods in the deck. In fact, they're probably better than Fall the Throats for us right now, just because the volatile blades they summon. In fact, Jab. Draw Blood is probably better than Jab for us right now. I'll purge another parry and put another Draw Blood in, I think. Oftentimes, Red Voidstone precedes a huge... does it precede a huge turn or just a turn? A turn, right? Let's get the From Shadow to cycle a card for us. I'm going to leave the Red Voidstone for the moment still. There's still other considerations in my mind. We'll purge a parry for a main Ghost, though, and we should have done that ages ago, considering it is just straight up better than it. Chosen Champion, Lost Spirit, Dark Courtesan, and the Unholy King. It's a well-rounded fight with some healing and the ability to inflict fear. Now here, the Unholy King is 80% of the combat, Dark Courtesan's 50, Chosen Champion 60. So I'm probably going to go for the other 2 first, because the Unholy King, when killed, adds 5 Banes to the side of the top of the deck. So how am I going to go about that then? That's a good question. It should probably start with getting rid of this Chosen Champion. Let's use these Hidden Blades to set up the Eldritch Blessing. Even more bleed. Purge, purge. When When drawn, suffer a vulnerable. We're going to cycle back to that consistently. Maybe. I don't think I can afford the energy for it, though. Yeah, I want to just keep the overcharge. We'll use that for the block next turn anyhow. This void will be discarded. Because it is a scrap card, and that is what scrap cards do. Ooh. Even avoid the incoming damage from you. Love it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wasn't supposed to do that. Whoops. Whoopsie. Yeah, no, that was a wrong. In terms of the things, that was not it. Do the double Troll Blood for the double hidden volatile blade here. Oops. Oops. Yep, thanks for the damage, bud. It's definitely anemia and enough this turn, right? I can't play Swift Hand, unfortunately. Play enough. Then I can attack you. There's a Lost Spirit here as well. The enemy takes 50% less damage from bleed. Yeah, that makes about sense. Makes about a lick of sense right there. 20 threat next turn. Do I want to keep it from shadow? I probably do want to keep it from shadow in hand, let's be real. I've got very dense block cards, but I don't have very many of them. It just seems like I have very many of them because I'm drawing 2 extra cards. Oh, yeah, exactly. This is a great example of it. Because I'm drawing 2 extra cards per turn. Speaking thereof, let's discard a card. Soul Sacrifice. Yeah, no, we are straight up murdering you before you do that. Oh my god, do I not want you to be alive when that happens. Or for that to happen, rather. Unholy King is basically the only damage left on the board. Discard. Purge, purge, purge. Enough. Is this gonna... Forgotten Fuse has got to go off, right? When's the Lost Spirit going to take the damage to it? Sustenance, Mantle, Main Gauche. So Sustenance and Main Gauche are already enough to put us ahead. We'll discard that. I'll attack you and then use Swift Hand. All Swift attack cards trigger an additional time. Good. This will make a lot of sense in a moment. Bloodthirst. Thank you for all of the energy you've just given us back. That's enough damage to get you dead. Let's draw blood over there, and then get in blades, dealing double damage as well. Get a main gauche, more blades doing double damage. And then that's the rest of the incoming. So our deck is now just Frenzies. However, because we have the Sustenance, the Frenzies... Wait, where are the Banes? Oh, they're all in there. They just got cycled. Oh, right, they're not Dazes. They don't go to the top of the deck. But because I've got Sustenance, I knew that I was always going to have the ability to defend against Lost Spirit every single turn. So this is already the end of the fight. Perfect. Literally perfect victory. Taxidermist and the Unholy Creations will attack with High Frenzy, affected by the number of cards in your hand. Oops. If the fight prolongs, Banes will become an issue. This fight is going to be a problem for us. I'm going to have to use the Strength Potion, and I may still not even survive it. Bacon Bomb. Discard your hand, deal 5 damage to all creatures, and gain delay rage 25% for each card discarded. I'm also going to turn the Bacon Bomb on, because that's a way to get a lot of cards out of my hand if the enemy does happen to give us way too many dazes for us to deal with. Yep, incoming damage is 120 threat this turn. The Unholy Creations have Frenzy equal to 1 plus the number of cards in our hand. And if the taxidermist is killed, it will increase its strength by 1. Killing the unholy creations is only 20% of the battle progress bar, so you really want to focus the taxidermist first, unless you have a plan for just constantly bopping creations, which, hey, you know, you might. I don't know you. I could bacon bomb. Yeah, let's do it. No cards in hand. Yeah, what damage are you gonna do now? Oh. Still gonna do damage, as it turns out. Oh, interesting. Huh, I hadn't considered that. Let's maneuver. So I'm just gonna be purging cards at the end of this turn to free myself up. Underhanded tactics does so much damage. All attack cards played this turn will deal X more damage. God, I really want to go aggressive. Do we do that? I don't know. Maybe we do that. Yeah, natural blood just murders you? And you. And then 20, 22. What if we had vulnerability on you? We can't set up the vulnerability with unhanded tactics, though, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3 makes this free. We play it. Okay, I liked that a lot. Use code. Start your turn, discard a card to draw another. Discarding a card to draw another is really good. It's just this merchant might hold the card we need. Each time bleed triggers, it will increase by 2. Expel. So it's not that that's not the card we need. It's just we would still need ways to actually trigger the opponent's bleed for that to be really the direction we want to go with that. We're currently working towards a black Void Stone, which gives a card Inert and Ghost, which Ghost means when you play it, you will additionally get a copy back to your hand of it. So if we upgraded Lacerations and then gave it Ghost, we could have every time the bleed triggers increase it by 4 out on turn 1 pretty easily. And that'll help over a really sustained fight, but if the fight is that sustained, we will lose. I think taking this is taking a plan to lose right now, unfortunately. Oh, you can re-enter them now. Cool. I'm not going to flex that ability, but it's nice to know that I had it. Spellchild! Spellchild offers you a choice. Invert block X equal to the number of cards in discard, and then swap your deck and discard. And then there's Refine, recur the top card. It is also upgraded for the rest of the battle. Recur returns a chosen card from your discard to your hand. So I can play a card and then recur it back to hand and have it upgraded for the rest of the battle. Are there any cards that I am going to want to dynamically upgrade over the course of the battle that desperately that are not already upgraded? No is the answer to that. So I don't think I need to take any of those either. Honestly, yeah, getting an extra Volatile Hidden Blade is not bad. Volatile Hidden Blades are so much of our damage right now, although I really have been trying to avoid it. We will get to do it with the Blade version of this deck. It's just, I wanted to bleed. I wanted to bleed him. It is worth noting, there are a lot of things that bridge the two still. Combo is a great element that bridges the two, but I also haven't found combo. No. Dolus. This creature randomizes the cost of all cards in hand. Her AP is also randomized. That's fine. All of your bleed inflicting cards inflict one more bleed. That's good. Every 4th non-balanced swift attack is played balanced. We don't really get any combo in the deck at all, so that doesn't matter. Bleed triggers before enemies' actions instead of after and doesn't tick down when triggered. Yes, Garnet Band. That is going to save us so much life. Maybe in this combat, maybe in the next. Who is to say? All right, let's give him some anemia. sustain ourselves a wee bit. Would I play sustenance at 2 there? 17 threat next turn? Maybe, maybe not. 1,000 cuts definitely wants to go out, though. They'll randomize their AP. When a card is added to hand, its energy cost will be randomized between 0 and 3. So it's not just on draw. Yeah, that wasn't even guaranteed to come at hand at 0 cost. Nice damage attempt. Oh, you love a From Shadow there. Oh, Swift Hand upgraded as well. My gosh. Oh, this is hard. I really want to play Swift Hand and play a bunch of cards afterwards. I guess I might as well then. Especially with the Bloodthirst giving us back that energy. That actually made that a viable thing for me to do. Up until that point, it wasn't really. Ah, Hidden Blade. Why must you add the most expensive cards you can? Please. Explain. And then we'll urge to get Underhanded Tactics out so that I get to keep the weak and vulnerable up on that enemy. And their bleed will trigger before their attack. It still happens after my threat, though. So I'm going to be very, very careful. Speaking of very careful, let's play as many cards as I can get out. That'll do it. Smoke Bomb. I really need to upgrade this. It'll increase its cost, but we get 2 extra volatile Hidden Blades every single turn. Hand can just be so many blades. Bloodlust, block 4. Clot for overcharge. Yeah, I guess like that'll sub in for a parry, probably. A group of creatures who can limit your rage, the drowned, the bloated, and the deep. They also have the ability to haunt us. I like this. Let's Swift Hand on turn 1. And then I purge a parry. We use a draw blood. Getting you up to 4 on your bleed. Yep. Then we play the Purge from Shadow for an extra energy. Use Bloodthirst 2 times. Oh, of course it only triggers 1 time because there wasn't enough clot for the second time. Oops. That's actually a pretty rough turn of events there for us that I easily should have been able to predict. The deep is only 80% as well, by the way, but once we kill the deep, it'll probably spawn another bloated or a drowned, which any of those will complete a full 100% for us. Let's purge anemia. I want to weaken them all, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. 17. Just double up on sustenance. Do I want to bacon bomb him? We only have 7 threat incoming next turn. I could probably bacon bomb. Come on. We've got Infuse. When are you triggering? The end of every 4th turn. It's round 3. Wait. Oh, come on! Where's my defense? How is my discard pile all of my defend cards? Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. We should still actually be able to get the kills here. Kill. kill. That'll do it. We get an upgrade point. Main gauche being 10 to give that as pretty good, but smoke bomb desperately needs it, and now smoke bomb's probably worth putting back in the deck instead of a parry. Yeah, let's put it instead of a draw blood. I think I got a lot of draw bloods in here. I think I'm okay on those for the moment. Now I may also want to think about upgrading mithril blades and putting that back into the deck so that the hiddens. Silent Shiv is a it's a hidden blade that does bleed. Ah, no, I want that. No, why can't I have that? I want that. All right, Soul Collector, show us what you got. Throwing Star. When playing a card that costs you 2 or more energy, gain combo 1. Nice. Each time you expel a card, combo 1. Excuse me. Wait a second here. That's an expelled card, obviously. But when I get the Swift Blades and the Hidden Blades, the Volatile Hidden Blades, keyword volatile, can't be purged. Okay, so they aren't expelled. Wait, are they? No. Purged. Which probably explains why our expel pile isn't doing so much damage with the other thing as well, by the by. So I expel. Actually, that only gave me 1 void before as well. Still gonna want to remove that from the deck, but yikes. There's also the spiked shield here. Every 5 block cards played, draw 1. Honestly, it's probably just Throwing Star. Most we can get out of it. Go down to this shrine. Do I really want to pay for life? I think I'm just going to upgrade. Sorry, I'm going to remove the single void from the deck. Rotting Gut Fiend. As well as the Flesh Beast and the Exalted Warrior, a strong group of enemies with high amounts of spike damage. Certain enemies can inflict fortitude. Gain certain amounts of fortitude, rather. We haven't got many potions going into the endgame as well. I'm pretty scared on a lot of different fronts right now, I'm going to be real. So the Exalted Warrior is the 100%. It can never gain Frenzy. It attacks for giant amounts. And you are the Molten Flesh, so you're gaining Fortitude, Rotting Gut Fiend. It's already got the bleed on by base. Cool. So we will focus on the Exalted Warrior first off. If we can, at least. The Hidden Blade. Purge 2 copies of Draw Blood. Use 1,000 cuts to trigger a Bloodthirst. Okay. Which gave us the ability to play out the Smoke Bomb. We've also got combo. That's what's being shown by the orange glow here, by the by. Every time I'm playing a 2-cost card, I'm getting it. I might just use Anemia right now, actually. Get another combo even. Big reason for doing that was just to get too weak on these 2 characters. $24 incoming. That sounds about right. I wish I had some way to defend while I was attacking. That would be exactly perfect for us. Main gauche, as well as the enough. And then, honestly, I'm probably just holding on to the Swift Hand for a later turn. Purge Draw Blood. Purge Underhanded Tactics. Yikes. Don't want to purge that, but you gotta do what you gotta do, what you gotta do. I'll use the maneuver instead, I think, actually. Yeah, this leaves me the ability to use the Blade Storm and then all the hidden blades. So we're not going to have a huge amount of energy next turn. But with the right draw, we could have a huge amount of damage. That's a pretty right draw. Let's pop a sustenance, burn 1,000 cuts and a parry. Pop sustenance again. All right, Swift Hand. Show us how it goes. 1, 2, murder. I'll also play another hidden blade because I know immediately after that I can play the draw blood. Oh wait, you're just self-destructing this turn. You're gonna die and add 5 banes into. Yeah, rude, rude. I needed to leave defense in my hand is what I needed to do. Let's get that bleed on you instead then. I'll burn Blade Storm. I don't really need AoE as much as I need. Just more defend cards in hand, please. Please. Hmm? Yeah, that's enough to defend us. Let's burn a draw blood. We'll play the anemia for the weaken. Use blood first to get enough energy back to then play from shadow. Discarding a daze because it'll just exhaust when it does that. Leave the enough in hand for a later turn, and then start out with the hidden blades because I get to keep my combo on them for transitioning into the draw blood. And heck, that'll get the win. All right, now we're down to just bosses. We got a potion of stealth for our efforts there as well, and a blood for blood if you lost health this battle. Trigger an extra time. There's that old one. I don't have the ability to upgrade mithril blades. Although I will get an end of floor buff here as well. So maybe I still want to hold on to the Black Void Stone just in case I get to upgrade this, in which case giving it the Black Void Stone isn't too bad. It'd be hard to find the energy to play all of it, but it'd pay dividends should I manage to. I'm going to take a parry out for another From Shadow as well. Just getting another card in the deck that's actually giving us the combo from Throwing Star. All right, Guardian. The Blood Hive. This creature and its minions can both buff each other, providing a constant choice in regard to your target priority. I'm mainly going to be targeting the Blood Hive here because we're focusing on bleed. I'm gonna stack that. Potion of Stealth would give us a the creature skipping their first turn doesn't stack, so you can't just run over enemies with them. Manage the spell. Should I keep Bacon Bomb? It's good AoE. Backstab's just good weak as well. I'm gonna keep Bacon Bomb out just because this is a fight where AoE is really demanded. Like if I hit the button this turn, we're gonna kill both of those. Unfortunately, the Blood Hive, every attack card played against it will increase all minions' AP by 1. And every attack card played against the enemies will give 2 fortitude to the Blood Hive. So it's rough in every which direction. We have 7 threat next turn, so I can just hold on to the sustenance. As much as I want to weaken everyone. Let's get rid of From Shadow. Probably anemia as well. Definitely draw blood. Lay out a smoke bomb. And then 1,000 cuts and then wait. We just need to get bleed on you as quickly as we can. Yeah, I guess that's what we do. Draw pile has any defense? It has a single maneuver, a main gauche, from Shadow enough. I could actually probably purge the sustenance. I am going to need extra energy next turn as well. And then as long as I'm keeping my combo, there's no reason not to play the Hidden Blades here. Right? Or minions AP by 1. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we do have From Shadow. Okay, this is excellent. We'll purge 2 Draw Bloods. We'll play a Swift. Purge main Gauche to play From Shadow on the main target. So now I have 3 out of 3 in my combo stacks already. That's super cool. 1, 2, and then we play that one for free. 3, 4. Would that be worth it? One big draw blood there. That Bloodthirst also does a huge amount of damage, gives us a huge amount of energy back as well, but then we don't really know what to do with that excess energy. Because it just gets to 5, and then I'm wasting all the rest. It sets us up to play enough next turn, which we almost certainly have in the next hand. Honestly, that might just be a good enough reason. Yeah, you're not going to be bleeding much anymore, but that's okay. We've got more where that came from. I hope. Let's thousandly cut them. And enoughly defend. Yeah, we're super okay here. Actually, that'll be lethal. See, if the Flesh Flies are only ever going to buff, that's not going to be a problem. To be clear, though, I did have the Bacon Bomb at any time. I could have just killed the Flesh Flies if they ever turned aggressive, so I wasn't really too threatened. New spell, Swarm. Hey, we do get the 2 upgrade points. Okay, okay. Said what I said, and I'm gonna do what I want to do here. Mithril Blades gets that upgrade. Dueling Buckler. Is there ever a world where I'm... Oh my god, that might be the world we live in. Where I cut Draw Bloods from the deck, and we focus on keeping full combo the entire time? Being balanced and inert? God, that actually... I think that's the deck we're living in. Alright, let's go to the deck manager. Now that Mithril Blades has that, we get the Black Void Stone. Thank you. Get in the deck. Dueling Buckler, honestly, yeah, you can have the Red Void Stone. I don't need to constantly repeat the benefits from... Oh, but maybe Jab gets that instead. Actually, Jab gets that instead. We're putting Jab back into the deck because we're cutting all of the Draw Bloods out that we can. Any of them that we can afford to get out, they're out of the deck. Gain, draw, discard. Yeah, don't really care about that one that much. Next non-buff card this turn will trigger an additional time inert. Ooh, that being 1 cost actually would have been pretty good. This isn't... Oh, I thought this... Oh, I was certain this was an Expel card, which is why I didn't put it in the deck. I would have already put it in the deck if I remembered. Or knew. Put the Hidden Blade in instead of another Draw Blood. So effectively, I just don't want many cards trying to fight to actually eat Swift. And I want more expensive cards that give us the Swift. Give us the Swift Worm. Now, this is the Vault. This is our end floor, our end boss. To fight the Void, you must first beat 2 of his Vault Guardians, each of which will grant you a unique blessing. 4 of them stand before you, so the choice is yours. You can also only fight 2 of them. During the first Void fight, the first 2 card blades will trigger an additional time. So what that'll do will give us 8 Hidden Blades every single turn. From turn 6 onwards, you'll start each turn with 50 rage. Probably not that one. During the void fight, heal 10% of your max HP whenever you're shuffled. No. Void will start with 20% damage taken. Probably that one. This Star Council is actually going to be a little bit hard for us, but that bonus is probably, if anything, the one that would be able to take us across the line. So Swarm, your next single target card played will trigger an additional time. Yeah. Seems good to me. I do wish to receive the blessing from this fight. So here's the problem with these enemies. Planar shift, your hand will be automatically discarded at the end of your turn, and after they are the target of 2 attack cards, they become immune, which means they're immune to all damage and debuffs. So they become immune at that point, which means they don't take weak damage either. Honestly, getting a bunch of smoke bombs out here doesn't make sense. Getting Mithril Blades out makes more sense. Because I want my cards to be denser rather than to have more of them. You. And then purge. Play you. So ideally, I'll attack each of you once. Like that. Actually, I can hit you again right now because I'm not bleeding you, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, you become immune after it. Nice. I invite your damage. Ugh, Haunted's forcing a discard here. Oh, is it not? Oh, Void Stones. That's fine, that's fine. Dueling Buckler is already the defense for us that we need. I'd love to be able to hold cards for the next hand, but still not possible here. Swift to have them trigger an additional time? Is that helping us? Really? At all? I don't think so. Let's storm him up a blade. Get rid of that one as well. Let's get... I mean, any of these will end the fight, so let's just start targeting someone. I'm going to purge another draw blade. I'm just trying to keep my combo as high as I possibly can. So do I attack you another time to deal another 40 damage at the cost of not dealing the 15 at the end of this turn, or do I target someone else? I just need to get one off the field. I target you then. We'll pass. There are smoke bombs if we want them. I like that we do have anemia here again. Interesting. I'm actually going to jab here. Draws us a bunch of cards. No limit. Draws us a bunch of cards, and then we have to start building our combo back up, but I was already planning to play anemia this turn anyhow. So that's one combo back. I'm happy to play 1,000 cards. I'm not happy to play the smoke bomb, so we will be purging that as well. So I'm not going to play Bloodthirst, I guess. 1,000 cuts should go on a different target. All right. Haunted's preventing the resolution of those, by the by. Just in case you were wondering what's up. Purge Draw Blood, Purge Hand Tactics. 63 damage. What? And then the one with the higher bleed should be the one that I don't interfere with there. This actually, we may have made a dense enough valued card that this actually works for us still. Certainly seems like it. Throw a From Shadows out there. Getting ourselves that final point of combo that I was looking for. Purge, purge. I should probably Swift Hand, honestly. Put Blade Storm out there. What's this, 45? Yeah, worth another 45? Still probably worth, yeah. I'd love to keep anything in hand if it could, but I can't, so I won't. Purge, purge, purge. All right. As soon as you've got one Starcaller down, like the fight is downhill from there. For them, especially. You are dead already. I no longer need to consider you ever at all. I appreciate your attempt to step to us. You've become stepped on. 16 every time, eh? Yeah, sure, that'll kill him, I guess. Discard. Purge and drop. If we can't hold the cards anyway, may as well not try. 16 incoming. So enough already covers us. Well, it covers us enough. Anemia for more weaken on the enemies. Look, like I could go again for more weaken on the enemies, but I think I just finished this. I think that's the realm we're in. Although this is combo, which is actually also more damage on the enemy, so never mind. We'll still do that. Combo damage there. Fight some over on the other side too. Trip purge. Easy. Okay, so that Starcaller is already going to die before its turn. Ah, jab. Because it draws and it refills your hand, and that gives you way more energy, and then it's so good. I want to do that. Oh no, I jabbed you so that I can use 2 giant hits against you instead. Ah, no, but it's not comboed. No, Ryan, what did you do? Ryan. Drop that one. Play that one. I have one more combo, please. Purge. What's that? Combo. Oh, it's still not gonna get a kill. Gets them close. They'll die next turn before the damage is assigned or anything like that, but it's not what I wanted. Not exactly what I wanted at the absolute least. I gotta be okay with winning in a different way though, because it's still winning. The important part is still taken care of. The enemy is deceased. All right, and then the second one's probably going to be the Puppet Master, and the Puppet Master's probably an easier fight for us, but the Puppet Master does damage equal to the amount of Banes that we have in hand, so I'm going to get Bacon Bomb again so that I have the ability to discard them at will. Manipulator of Banes, if the fight prolongs, Banes become overwhelming, it will deal damage based on the Banes. It might not do that by base, it might just be one of its attacks is that. No, never mind. I pull the strings. At the start of the fight, shuffle 7 Banes in your discard pile. The enemy's frenzy is equal to 1 plus the number of Banes currently in your hand. Never mind. So I was just initially was the correct one. That's fine. 12 damage. We'll hold. Honestly, we'll just hold Dual Link Buckler for next turn. Smoke Bomb. Excuse me? Smoke Bomb? Excuse me? Smoke Bomb? Oh, right, you're rigged. No, it's the other one that... Yeah, okay, it's the other one that has the Ghost Stone in it. Never mind. For some reason, I thought that I had Ghost Stones in both of them. Which would have been way too much. speed. Nice. Being able to defend for 0 next turn, it's pretty smooth. Oh, but the thing is, if instead I use From Shadow to do it, we can get an extra point of combo. So we got 12 incoming next turn. I guess I'll just keep the enough. Should still be enough by then. Yep, card name didn't change. Let's play you out. Gosh, we're actually getting close to just trying to blow the enemy up, but I should try and Mithril Blade. Interestingly, purge, Mithril Blade, and then we play 1, 2. Mithril Blade is now cheaper. We play that. Play him. 8 out of those. 8 hits. If only they were adding bleed. That's okay. But if only they were adding bleed. Swift hand. Show us what you got. Ah, lethal. It's a good what you got right there. Let's release the souls to the void, dealing a little bit of damage with the excess currency we had at the very end. Save for the essence, that's not going to be dealing. Backstab, honestly, just getting weak on the enemy at the right turn. Oh, next single target card play. Single target. A lot of my cards that I want to do don't target anything. And triggering additional time, like they are already triggering like 5 times. Like this is quite minimal. We'll take the backstab, I think, in the next fight. Get the vulnerability on the right turns. Ah, this fight has been significantly changed since last time. Fight tips. The Void will gain AP every turn, and debuffs will be reduced twice as fast. Yes, familiar with those at the absolute least. Let's have one final look at the major deck here, just in case there's something in here particularly I want to throw in right now. I don't believe there is. Let's get the Potion of Stealth in there. I could have just done that from there as well, the Potion Quick Bar. Defeating the Guardian will end the fight, killing all minions. They're on both sides there. The Void fills us all. We'll gain 1 AP every turn, and whenever negative conditions are reduced, they will tick down by 3? That's not 2. That's not twice as fast. That's 3. Will always be evasive while his minions are alive. Can't be the target of attack cards if there are enemies without evasive. So I actually do have to target the others first. Alrighty then. Let's give him the old bops. I need to set up as many of my things as I can this turn. You're adding exhaustion? Rude. Let's purge you and you. Get smoke bomb out on the field. I gotta get Void Touched off the board probably first. At least in my estimation. Purge that. I've got 0 threat incoming next turn, apparently. Oh, right, yeah, because I'm skipping the first turn of the enemies because I'm stealthy. Good. This Mithril Blade is therefore going to be able to go off perfectly. Incoming is 20 next turn, so we'll hold enough for that. We'll purge a maneuver, play a Mithril Blades. Next Mithril Blades cost less. We purge 2 more cards, giving us the ability to play that extra Mithril Blades. Nice. Now Jab actually would be a bunch of damage for us, although I probably don't want it out just yet. 40 damage with Hidden Blade. Actually, yeah, 100% extra damage. But triggering half as many times, that's actually worth. Actually, I may want to try and pop Swift this turn too. For a few reasons. including the fact that it instantly gives us another combo. Yeah, 63. You are dead. You are dead! Sorry, for some reason I just heard the the heavy's voice in my head as soon as I said that. Purge the Bloodlust as well. In fact, enough isn't even necessary for the next turn. No incoming damage. Well, the highest HP minion taunt 2. Well, the highest HP minion is also the onlyest HP minion on the board. Sorry about it. Not sorry about it. If this isn't your hand at the end of the turn, suffer a stun. Do I have a draw discard in hand? I do not have a draw discard in hand. That's going to be a problem. Stunning us for a turn is not a... Uh-oh. We lose energy equal to the stun value at the start of the turn. It's not actually preventing us from playing a full turn, thankfully. 1,000 cuts. I guess this isn't an attack, so it can go on you instead. Guess it's the combo extra +1. Which means it's time to moidulate over here. Perfectly moidulated. You've got the Void shall exercise restraint. Ticks down at the start of the turn. When it reaches 0, the Void will drop all pretense and start actively trying to devour our soul. Well, I feel like we've killed the other minions ahead of time. Just getting that hunch. Let's make sure exhaustion doesn't have that much of an impact on my turn. You'll apply 3 vulnerable, and then you'll attack. 18 damage this turn, it looks like. Okay. So from Shadow, drop the maneuver. And then the right move is jab, I think. In fact, I'm almost certain. Okay. How many of these 2 costs can I afford to play? Actually, Bloodlust might just get played by itself. So we play a Draw Blood out, or Purge it out rather. Play Bloodlust, gaining back energy. And now I'm looking to try and get as much combo as I can out of the board. So we purge 2 more Draw Bloods. We'll play 1,000 cuts. Then enough rather. I guess. Shadow. I guess this weakens with the anemia. We'll use anemia then. All right. So each of these will hit 8 times, and we've got 100% extra damage. Am I weakened or something this turn? No. Why is this not doing so much damage? Strange. I could have sworn that these would be like 80s right now. We got you below half. Wait a second. Execution order, 3 weak and 3 vulnerable. Oh, I thought this also gave 3 slow. It may have previously, right? Because I got memories. I got memories from the older patch. It may take a moment to shake those loose, so to speak. Set up vulnerability with the underhanded tactics. We should definitely do that. Or not. Or maybe I just keep damage. What's the rest of the draw pile? There's some exhaustion in there. Discard piles full of a lot of 2-cost cards, but the jab is probably the next time we go off. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna use the underhanded tactics for a bunch of vulnerability this turn. Probably not gonna use it at all. Then Ghost to throw another card, and then just purge all of those. This is a race, bud, and I don't think you'll win at it. Jab. The ticks down every time you trigger a void stone. Okay. Does that count? Apparently. Then I'll dueling buckler and jab. So I no longer have the combo as much, but I've got better damage on the individuals. I can get a combo by playing out the enough. And honestly, I'm about to lose my overcharge, so it's not a bad idea, but it's also not super exciting. Although, wait, do we just... Do we? We do. We do just. Bye-bye, Boyd. Now, the first floor was a little slower than they otherwise will be because I was trying to tutorialize a couple of the elements of it for you. I will almost certainly also include at the in the description down below, not at the top of the description down below, because that's where I'm going to include the old Steam page that you should go to buy the game for yourself. Actually, have I don't know the American price at the moment. It's $21.50 in Australia, which probably means it's like 15 or 16 in America. So probably that or your regional equivalent. That is something I definitely should have checked. My apologies for not having necessarily yet done so. I'll include that information down in the description as well. But in the description, I've almost certainly also included links to my older series on the game. If you would like to watch me play more of this faster than the episodes for this sponsored series will release, then that is there. Or if you'd like to watch a slower tutorialization and intro to the game, or even just the kind of expansion and growth as I learn the game, again, all of that would be found in the playlist in the description down below. Again, thank you very much to Spider Nest Games for sponsoring this series. That's been Vault of the Void. I cannot give you a more hearty endorsement than having played 150 hours on my own time before a sponsored series. I simply cannot. I hope this is the... I hope this is... I hope that comes across as I intend it, effectively. You know? For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Vault of the Void. There is the playlist aforementioned in the description down below, as well as the Steam store page where you can pick the game up for yourself. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.